Welcome to the Paddy Bandwagon Show, peeps. Episode lucky number 13. To my right, I have the Pennatrator.
How's it going, Jpaddy?
It's going good. We've missed all of you. Life gets in the way sometimes, and serious life, but we're here to not be serious.
That's why we're here.
That's right. And that's why this is Reno podcast and review, part Deux.
Part Deux.
So, Pennatrator, our last episode got a lot of listens.
Yeah, it did. What'd we do? I forgot what we did.
Previously, we have done approximately 30 listens in a day. Last week, we tripled.
Okay.
It tripled.
We got 90
We
in a
got
day?
90
Woo!
after the release of our review special.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate for us.
Right?
That's
now
growing.
I feel like we have a higher bar. As our listeners know, we lower the bar and shoot for less.
We lower the bar and shoot for less. That's what we're going for. And I think we shot ourselves in the foot a little bit.
Well, I don't know if we shot ourselves in the foot. I think we need to keep remembering everyone doesn't have our personality.
Our sparkling personality?
Correct. Like, when you tell a joke to someone, some people find them funny and some people don't.
Exactly.
And so our critique last week of everyone we did,
Okay.
I have no apologies for.
I don't either. I don't think we did anything wrong.
I don't know. I feel we gave our true perspective and we brought a criticism that was valid
Yeah.
for everyone we spoke of.
Yeah. Exactly.
But on the same token,
Okay. Here it comes.
we need to be ready for our critiques.
Okay. That's good. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
We're our own biggest critics, right?
Exactly. I don't know what's been said about us since our previous telecast
Our show.
show. Telecast can work towards shows. That's why I use that word.
Okay.
I didn't say the P word.
Yeah, you didn't say the P word. But is it a telecast?
Of course. I'm not going to get into the definitions of telecast.
Because
but
you
yeah,
don't know it?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
And that's the thing. Like, we're already getting away. I'm a little upset that I wasn't as accurate as I could have been.
Okay.
Like, off the top of my head, I was messing up some facts.
Okay.
But to start
let's
part
get
two,
this a review.
let's talk about.
Okay.
Let's talk about our first review.
This is on.
This is on iTunes.
Okay. This is our
And I'm super excited for it.
Our very first
Review.
iTunes review.
Yes.
Okay.
1-star review.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Isn't that what we asked for?
Dude, I either want a 5-star or a 1-star.
No, we wanted 1 stars. Remember?
Yeah.
We're like, don't give us a 5-star. If you like us, give us a 1-star.
Exactly.
So
And hammer us. Our
Yeah.
boy Dre did it on the website.
nice.
By the way, so I don't make the same mistake, this is the Paddy Bandwagon Show that you can find on iTunes, Spotify. You can now find it on paddybandwagon.com.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
On the front page, right at the top.
And what's the big long one?
paddybandwagon.libsyn.com.
There it is.
I'm getting so good at that.
And,
it only took 13 episodes for that to fly out.
_ Pennatrator at Instagram.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
On Instagram.
I'm sorry. That's our whole purpose here. Get Pennatrator famous. So, we got this first review.
Okay.
Big 1-star review.
Nice.
In bold.
Ooh.
Not in caps. A little disappointed it's not in caps.
How do they do bold on a review?
I don't know. I don't give reviews.
Oh, okay.
I only give reviews live. Title of this review is
Recorded live.
Recorded live. Because if I think about it, I won't be as harsh. This podcast is a joke. Yeah.
Okay.
These two men are terrible to listen to.
Okay.
I've had people tell me that.
Okay.
While we're just sitting at a bar, like people
That's fine.
sometimes they don't like listening to us.
We're not for everyone.
I feel like maybe over half. Second sentence. Not only do they have stale topics, they tend to badger people and competition.
Badger people and competition.
We definitely badger people.
Yeah. I think we only had 2 competition. Right?
Right? No, I told you there was a third.
Oh, okay.
15th Street in Virginia.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that's the thing.
But in our demographic, though, I think we only have 1.
Let's talk about this. The hate journals might be in our demographic because I feel like they are going for the comedic pop culture avenue. We're not a sports show.
We're not a sports show.
So the Reno slant, I don't feel like their listening base is the same as us.
Okay.
And 15th Street in Virginia, the other one I brought up, yeah, same token. They're totally sports genre.
Okay.
Pennatrator, what do we always tell our listeners?
Set the bar low and shoot for less.
Yes. And then we're not a sports show.
And we're not a sports show.
We're not a sports show. What's interesting about the podcast environment,
Okay.
people try to stick into these certain categories. What I want here at the Patty Bandwagon Show is to get closer to the mic and to make it an experience.
Okay. Have we created an experience yet?
No, you just can't create an experience over one day or over one episode. I don't know if you can create over 13 episodes. The most popular podcast that we were talking about in the world, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that one. That big
He
one.
calls it an experience, and that's why people listen.
Okay. Yeah. I listen from time to time.
Yeah, but I don't agree with all his opinions. I don't agree with all his guests, but at least you feel it's real.
Correct.
And that's where I feel we can relate to someone.
We're real.
We're very real. We take all our criticism. We will badger people.
Yeah.
And
we badger ourselves.
but at the same time, what we do to others, we expect done to us.
Correct.
So when it says we badgered competition, I'm going back and forth on this. And we talked about this. I spoke with my old roommate Sperling regarding this.
Sperling.
Sperling.
The
Sperling.
Okay.
A media connoisseur, former sports director at Channel 8.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
That guy.
Yes. And even though we joke about it, I definitely respect his opinion regarding this. We badgered competition. I feel like we low-blowed them.
Okay.
Do you agree with me?
No.
Why not? Like, what's your opinion?
Why do I feel that we didn't low blow him? I don't know. I was just giving my honest opinion of what I was listening to.
And there's no problem with that.
So how was that a low blow? It wasn't like I was going after him. I was just saying how I felt. That was it.
Well, I agree with what you just said.
Okay.
My issue is we could have let him know before we did it.
Oh, okay. Say,
So
I'm going to fucking fight you.
Yeah.
And then you go to a fight.
Exactly.
Not just
And we
silent.
talked about this part where I felt like we ear-holed him a little bit.
Okay.
Just like...
When you put it in that context, then...
Yeah.
Okay.
One, I made the assumption they were 3 stylists.
Oh.
Learned that was wrong. But that doesn't change the fact that it sounded like 3 stylists. Well, it does... Here's what it changes. It says to me, Jpaddy, you stereotyped.
Oh.
You stereotyped.
You fucking bastard.
The only thing you really knew is that they were women. So you should have just said they just sounded like 3 women gossiping and hating.
All together in a room.
Yes. I should not have judged them all to a level where they were all stylists. My bad.
Oh, working in a salon.
I learned that's not right.
Okay. It's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon. We have to be accurate with what we hear.
Okay. Because, there's stylists out there that are unique.
Yes.
Blonde.
No, and there's stylists that don't sound like that. Like, who knows? Maybe there's some stylists out there that sound like doctors. We don't know that.
Well, I know of one stylist.
That sounds like a doctor?
No.
Oh.
Sounds like a fucking stylist.
Okay.
She's.
We know. Oh, okay.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Yes, and on a side note, I had many people
Really?
review what we talked about, really. And I got more of an opinion about the shows that we brought up last week. And a lot of those comments backed up what we had to say. With regards of audio quality, with regards of not being able to stay on topic, with the ability not to understand what the topic was.
Yeah.
Very intricate things that we critiqued and that we reviewed and that we were right, but we still kind of low blowed it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to take a quote from one of the reviews, and I'm not going to say what show it was about. I'm not going to say it might not have been about us, but I feel like it was an awesome comment for this discussion.
Okay.
She said, "This is why I have such a hard time with podcasts. Like, if you either need to be super funny, informative, relevant, relatable, or all of the above. Also, if you don't give me a clear and concise direction for what you're discussing, I will turn you off. I just feel like people want to hear themselves talk, and they think everyone cares about what they have to say. Like, if your podcast doesn't benefit me, I don't give a fuck."
Wow.
That's pretty legit, right?
She's talking about us, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But it's something that all us in the, us in the show venue, those in the podcast venue, we can all take. We have to be relevant in what we talk about. We have to be clear in what we talk about.
Or funny.
Or funny. And funny is probably the most difficult.
Yeah. I'm definitely not.
After all that said, what was your review of us? What would you rate in the Pennatrator Book of Performance? How would you rate last week's show?
In terms of
No.
Just listening to the show?
Yes.
I would say that was probably a 2 to 3.
Really?
Yeah. It was stale.
It was stale. So you're agreeing with that comment?
Well, I would say so.
I was going to give us more than that.
I'm staying consistent with 2 to 3.
Yeah, you're setting the bar low.
No, who fucking cares?
Okay, and that's the thing. We don't care. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We don't make any money off this.
No.
We have nothing to lose. We state opinions that come to us right off the top of our heads. And in general, when you're talking life, usually your first opinion is the truth.
Yeah, whatever word vomit you fucking throw out there,
Yes.
that's usually what happens.
And that is the risk that we take.
Yeah.
Yes, we produce word vomit, and we're trying to produce the best word vomit in Reno.
The funniest word vomit.
The funniest word vomit. I think that's the same thing as best. But I don't want to feel like we are isolating ourselves from helping others in the game.
Okay. We were just trying to help.
We're just trying to help. Like, that critique was a true critique. But that doesn't mean I am not willing to speak with any of the hosts, any of the reporters, any of the people I named in that last episode.
Yeah.
If you want to get in a discussion with me regarding this avenue, I'm game.
We did get an invite, though.
We did.
Yeah.
And it's Nathan Soup.
He
That's another thing I want to bring up. Both presenters of their podcast, they came and reached out, and I am super happy about that.
Nice. Okay. That's good. Yeah.
Does that mean, hey, Nathan, I appreciate it. That doesn't mean I'm going to use you because I have some different priorities when it comes to our show, but I might reach out.
Okay.
Maybe a football preview week or something. If you want to have a fan, because I'm not a journalist, if you want to have a fan on your show, you let me know.
Fuck, don't do it, Nathan.
Yeah. You should, Nathan.
No.
Can I call you Nate?
You say Nate one more time. I'm going to come over this
Yes.
fucking table.
Yeah. And like I said, I was critiquing your show. I think it's pretty good, but you're still the dorkier brother.
Ooh,
Now,
okay.
hey, journals, I'll help you with your audio.
Yeah. We'll do it.
But I want to come on the show and I want to explain how you do it.
I don't think that's physically possible, Jpaddy.
Well,
I don't think you could fucking do a show and hook up audio at the same fucking time.
who knows?
That's
In
like
the
a
effort-
fucking anomaly. Like you can't
In the effort of helping
think of what
with
you
the
just said.
aspects that I talked about, they can reach out to me and I will help them get to a point where maybe we can help them improve their audio. I don't know their setup. I don't know what they do.
A rising tide lifts all ships, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
There you go.
I think we just went back to show 3 quality on this.
Yeah, we were fucking rambling. What was that? What did it
I
say?
think we rambled. Did
yeah.
we? Hold on.
Yeah.
No, we babbled.
Oh, babbled. That
Yes.
was fucking babbled.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So now we're already playing to our critics.
Our excellent review.
Excellent review.
All right.
So I'm going to throw this at you. Remember how in the last episode I was talking about how the local sports media wasn't talking about Cap?
Okay, I don't remember that.
You don't take our show seriously, do you? You're in the middle of this. Remember the Cody Fajardo story?
For JJ?
Yeah, we're
That was
talking
2
Cody
episodes
Fajardo. No. Okay, this is a disclosure. Pennatrator obviously has had a couple too many beers going into this show. In the last episode, I was going off about sports media, and I was talking about Cody Fajardo getting the 4th of July hype over Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
And that's when I was hammering Reno Slant. And
That's
and
right.
hammering
That's
Nevada
right.
Sports
That's
Net.
right. We talk a lot.
We do, and we say a lot of stuff.
Okay. All right.
So, this week, Kaepernick comes out with a video on Twitter saying, still working hard, and it's a video of him working out.
We're not a sports show.
We're not a sports show.
Okay,
And
so
the thing
anyways.
is when you talk about Kaepernick, you're not necessarily
No,
talking about sports.
you were definitely not talking about sports. Okay.
And so,
okay.
and maybe
Okay.
that's the confusing thing with all our local media
Okay.
personalities is what can I talk about and what can I? What is sports and what is not?
Well,
and
Kaepernick is
It's
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
It's fucking whatever.
Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
You want to call him Cap just like the old days? No.
Anyways, okay, so go
Okay.
on another day.
So he released this video saying, 889 days without work, but still working hard.
Okay.
Because he is. He's still working out.
Why?
Because he's still feeling like he's going to play in the NFL. Again, we don't know what's entertainment and what's jokes.
Oh, my God.
I am just trying to state a point here.
Wow. He really he's like the old man still trying to drive. You're
He's like-
done, dude.
He
You're
doesn't
fucking-
believe that.
He's done. Go play for the Cubs. I mean, fuck, seriously, at this point,
You think he should try baseball?
still got the contract, right?
Well, here's the thing.
He go play AAA.
He is showing his love for football.
Oh, he's just why? Okay, he was cut from the NFL, right? Why didn't he go play in Europe or Canada and fucking prove yourself rather than just sitting around
Because
bitching
this-
about it?
Because this is where...
Going to camp. I'm going to fucking throw a ball camp.
Because his general principle of his entire argument was that the reason he wasn't playing the NFL wasn't because of his ability at his job. It was because of his stance.
You know how you prove that wrong is you become a superstar in a different fucking league. And then there'd be like, oh, yeah, he's still good. We're still not giving him a job. You can't just fucking not work and then say you're still good at working. Look at it as not football.
Okay.
Think about
Job.
a job,
A career.
a career. Someone's looking at your resume. You're like, dude, you haven't worked in engineering for 5 years. What the fuck are you doing? Nothing. You're not. What do you? You're going to the gym a lot. Okay. Oh, you're searching on the internet. Well, let's keep it relative. You're searching. You're searching on the internet a lot. He's not doing what he says he's doing.
Well, he is very secretive about his work ethic.
Well, obviously.
But what this video did show, like, he is in premium physical condition. So it's not like he ever went through a time where he stopped going to the gym because he wasn't playing football. Previously, if you follow him, there's many videos out there where he is finding people to throw to, where he's throwing the football. Like, he's going through, I don't know if you'd call it a pro football routine, because I don't know exactly what a pro football routine would look like, but it's pretty much looks like.
Is he getting tackled?
He's not in pads.
Okay, then that's a totally different fucking thing. He's not playing.
From what I saw of him yesterday, it looks like he could play 2 ways.
You know who else looks good? Dude Perfect when they're throwing fucking frisbees around. I think they look pretty good. I'm sure it was probably edited like that. Come on, man. Just fucking.
You don't edit a body. Like, you can tell. You can
The
tell.
Rock can't play football, and he probably looks fucking ripped.
But The Rock wasn't a Super Bowl quarterback.
He played football.
He did play football,
Okay,
yes.
and he's old, and he fucking looks ripped. Okay. So what? He deserves a job as a quarterback? No.
Obviously, his ego, Kaepernick's ego got involved. Or, I'm not sure if I want to say ego or principle, because he decided he wouldn't take another job anywhere else because he felt whatever he felt about not having a job in the NFL.
Whatever it's called.
And there's a lot of people, including myself, that feel like he was blackballed. But even with that,
blackballed or not, you gotta fucking learn. You gotta look at your situation. You gotta look at your environment and be like, okay, I'm blackballed. Yeah, I'm blackballed. I got fucking blackballed. I made a stance. I proved my point, and I got blackballed. Now what do? He's just crying like a little baby now. Go somewhere where you can play football and prove yourself that you're good. There's that speculation, right? Right now, he hasn't
played for 3 years.
It's
That's
4, right? Is it 4?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
800-something days.
Oh, okay. Yeah, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So that was the last time he played in a game.
Okay.
So you're saying he needs to find an outlet outside of the NFL
Yeah.
to reprove himself.
Exactly. Be a star somewhere else. You work at IGT your whole life, you get blackballed, whatever, right?
Find another studio.
Find another studio. You got to do it.
There's just a lot more studios when it comes to the IGT world.
Okay. Well, fucking, I don't know.
There's the NFL, there's the CFL, and then there's the Podunk Southern football one.
Okay, so there's 2.
And
they're out of the country for the thing that he was protesting in the very fucking first place.
Okay.
It's a win-win for him. Oh, my God. He is perfect.
First of all, I do not believe if he left the country, he would feel like he's winning anything. We're not going to get into the conversation of whether he thinks he's American or not, because we are very opposite when we come to that. And we're definitely not on a stale topic anymore, because we got a time frame. We got some other stuff to get.
Yeah, speaking of football.
Okay.
If you were to clone one football player for your team, who would it be?
We were going to talk about this next week.
Oh, is this next week? Okay, so it's a preview. I thought we were going to talk about this show.
No.
Okay.
This was going to be part of our fantasy football preview.
Oh, okay. So that's next week. So stay tuned for next week.
Hold on. We got to bring the question up now.
Just bring up the question. We won't talk about it, and we'll let people think about it, and then we'll fucking swing back about it next week, and then discuss it. That'll be good, JP.
You're making our audience go through our decision-making again.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're in our heads.
That's fine.
They're listening to us talk to each other. Do you know what kind of trouble that got us in last week?
None.
No, well, who knows? We might have some threats. We got threats out there.
They didn't listen this far.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, ask a question. Let our listeners think about it, and then we'll decide. And we'll talk about it. But there's a little different stipulations that I want to talk about it, too.
All right. You don't have to talk about the stipulations. Here's the question for the people, just so they know what we're going to talk about. If you had to clone one NFL player to field a team and play all 11 positions, who would it be? Pennatrator, can you just give a little preview, maybe who the first name you thought of?
No, because it was, the first name that I thought of was in the comments because it just made me think about it, right? So it was Drew Brees. It was
Fuck, that's so stupid.
But it was in the comments. So as soon as I saw Drew Brees, and then I fucking instantly thought about it.
Whoever commented that. Come on.
Yeah. But okay, so there's that. The stipulation, how it says 11 players. So you need to have
positions.
11 positions.
Yes.
But there's
one player that would play all like
but there's 22 positions, right?
Correct.
So you have to put that into perspective.
Oh, that is true.
See, that's why I was like, you got to think about it a little different because you couldn't just. It would be too hard. So you have to have both teams having an offense and defense. So you're going to have two clone players. You have an offense and
I
defense.
had one that I thought could play both ways.
Ooh.
We'll talk about that next week, though.
Okay, so that's a question. Think of two players, one offense, one defense that you can clone that would play, and that's going to fall right into fantasy football week. So,
how are you feeling about fantasy football week? So, our next show is going to be
a non-sports fantasy football show.
Yeah, non-sports fantasy football show. But here's what you're going to learn. With how the Pennatrator deducts his strategy, it doesn't take a lot of sports knowledge.
Yeah, and then he wins.
And that proves that no sports knowledge is necessary to win in fantasy sports. So should it just be called fantasy games?
Fantasy games? Why would you say games?
Because it's a game like poker, blackjack, Monopoly, fantasy.
How the fuck would you have fantasy poker?
It's a game, though. Poker is a game. Fantasy sports isn't a sport. It's not. It doesn't take any athletic ability to play fantasy sports.
They're missing a word. It's fantasy of sports.
That'd be better.
Okay.
I'd be better with that.
Okay.
Fantasy of sports.
Yeah, FOS.
That's going to be the title of our next show.
Okay, FOS.
We're going to talk about fantasy of sports.
There it is. There was just missing a word. Does that make you feel better now?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, actually. This is why mind vomit or brain vomit or mouth vomit or whatever you want to call it.
Word vomit
is great. And hopefully it's entertaining.
Just let it fucking flow, people.
Let it flow.
Let it flow. Don't.
Vomit away.
Vomit away.
Don't worry about the circumstances.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Everything will just work itself out.
When someone vomits, you don't make them feel guilty about it.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, that's true. But you could also vomit too. Like if you get that whiff of that,
I feel like that kind of happened.
It happened.
We had word vomit here at this show. Someone else had word vomit on their podcast.
Oh, yeah.
No harm, no foul.
It just happens.
Vomit creates vomit.
Vomit creates vomit in the biggest little city.
Seriously, the biggest little city. And that's going to kind of wrap up where I'm going with this.
Okay.
The main reason I'm disappointed about this, I felt like I used old school Reno attributes to create a listener base. Here in Reno,
okay,
people talk some ish.
Oh, fucking hands down.
And when you talk some ish, it goes all over the place.
Yeah, it's a fucking dirty little town.
The biggest little city in the world.
It's little. We know that.
And that logo and that motto.
Your fucking hat.
That motto was predicted something like 60 years ago when that motto came up, and it still lives to today.
Yeah.
That was a smart motherfucker.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Oh,
but whoever came up with that was like, man, everyone in Reno, if they feel like they're going to be anything, they need to talk some shit.
Can I? I'm going to say one thing about shit, right?
Okay.
Listening to a podcast on the way over here.
Okay.
Dissed on Reno again.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was talking about mosquitoes from Louisiana versus mosquitoes from Alaska. And he's like, you take your mosquitoes, I'll take my mosquitoes. We'll meet in fucking shithole Reno and let them fight. All the way over here.
Okay.
How fucking funny is that?
Pennatrator. That is pretty funny. That's pretty funny, and their audience might like that.
He laughed.
They probably laughed, but we can't critique people on their creative nature.
Okay. Well, I guess it's off.
Unless they're willing to bring it back at us, because a fight's a two-way street.
Yeah.
I don't want to earhole anyone anymore.
Yeah, that was bad.
I don't want to low blow them, even though the low blow wouldn't hurt them as bad if we got low blowed. It might affect us since we're dudes. But the general principle of this is
Yes.
we're not going to critique. We're not going to critique any more
No.
podcasts in this area.
It was a word vomit.
It was word vomit. And it felt good.
Yeah.
Whenever you vomit and you let it go, and it gives you a pleasing fact. Like, when you're in it, it kind of sucks. But when you're done, you kind of get it like an arousal almost. Not an arousal.
Whoa.
I think that's a strong word.
Weird sick shit.
But, well, Pennatrator, I feel like we took a step back.
Yeah.
Only take
We
10 steps forward.
We lowered that bar back again.
We lived up to our motto.
Yep. Shooting for less, motherfucker.
Shooting for less. We might get back in the cap conversation too. But, well, Pennatrator, episode 14 is going to be a big one.
Yeah. We'll set aside some more time.
Yes. The life shit will be out of the way. The gossip shit will be out of the way. And we're going to have that quality content for this to be the Patty bandwagon experience.
Oh, we need a better word.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe arousal.
The Jpaddy bandwagon.
Hour of arousal.
Hour of arousal.
Wow.
Maybe like.
All right, listeners, keep that one to yourselves. I actually really like it.
Okay.
All right, Pennatrator, what do you got to say to the people?
Check you later. Bye-bye.
That was me.
Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.